message. I sent him a message, but he hasn't responded.
If he hasn't responded to you, he's not going to respond to me.
Sure,
I'll message him.
Oh, apparently Jeff's GM, I'm Sir Roland.
I changed it all over. It's all messed up because Darius isn't here.
Yeah.
So I'll just take the names off for tonight once again, or maybe I'll play with them as we whatever. All right, so welcome everybody. It's been a while. Geez, a week, 2 weeks. So,
yeah, something like that.
You know what? I'm just gonna kick it right over to you. Your night.
Alrighty.
I'm gonna put my feet up and enjoy.
Previously on a Dorithian divide, the Unfledged made their way out of Tempest Landing, headed back towards the cave with General Wimrick at their side. It was mostly just a bit of traveling. You left on the 19th of Droth, I think, and we'll be waking up on the 25th. So you guys have 3 more days of travel. But as you went along, you encountered quite a few things, various number of things. You met a shit-faced drunken knight with his horse going along the road, and he tried to go into battle with you, and you quickly took care of him with a quick boop on the head, I think, from Winfrey, leaving him a note saying where you'd be, and took his horse so he could meet up with you and retrieve his horse very shamefully. You met at the end of your last session, you met this small baby direwolf who seemed emaciated and starving. With a successful animal handling check, Winfrey gave it some food and befriended it. So you now have him following you around. You were ambushed by a few scouts, individuals on the road who seemed to focus almost entirely on Vuk. After which he pulled a note from one of them, which I don't think you shared with anyone. Maybe you did. That's up to you. You encountered a plague doctor who said he was not far from a small village, dumping off some bodies into this hole. He seemed like blue-skinned, almost Voldemort nose, like their fingers splitting at the ends. He said it was some sort of new disease that's been washing over their village. Quickly after that, as you were leaving that encounter, you encountered looked like 5 individuals with this very same disease, not yet dead, begging for food, almost getting too close for comfort for some of you. And after that, you met the wolf, and then you went to sleep for the night. So as we wake up on the 25th of Droth, you guys have now been together 25 days, almost an entire month. What would you like to do as you wake up this early morning?
Good morning, everyone.
Morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Paul. Good morning, Larsha.
Good morning.
So
Larsha's cooking up some food. The food's quality has gone down a little bit. You're kind of going off what you got from Lord Shales, which is just MREs. They're just really basic packaged food.
I'll use some more rations to feed the wolf.
All right. So he wakes up. First thing in the morning, he's not around, but he comes back. So he's got like a small squirrel or chipmunk or something. Just hard to tell at this point. You guys eat up. Wimrick. Ugh.
Yeah, I want to imagine we'd still do the usual, some sort of workout
Yep.
with
Yeah.
Rimrick.
Sure. If you want to roll, go ahead and roll athletics. Sure.
Oh boy. 7.
7. Okay.
14 here.
14.
Sorry, what are we rolling?
You can choose to participate or not.
The
General
big guys
Wimrick.
have been having a muscle off every morning of this.
Oh
Yeah.
no. Alandrill's fine.
Okay. I think he got a 11. So for the first time, Sir Rowland does the best. Does this become tradition to hang off the cart and do as many pull-ups as you can? You go for a good solid 25, 30 seconds longer than anybody else. It's a improvement. Improvement.
Slept
Oh, sorry. The dog. Maybe the dog. And he kind of looks off. At this point, you guys, the terrain you've been traveling in is primarily open fields with a light amount of trees. But as you get closer to this territory where they sort of lay claim to, the forest starts to get much, much thicker. And you guys can see maybe an hour travels away, just off in the distance a little bit. You can see where the forest starts to get thick. And you know that's pretty much where you're going to have to start watching your back more. That's where they tend to scout. So, see General Wimrick's like, he has a sense of nervousness to him.
We've done it once before. I'm sure we'll be fine.
Of course. Yeah. It's fine.
However,
I'll settle. Go on.
Go on.
So I'll settle back on the back of the cart again. I'll just have the heavy crossbow hoisted onto the side. Keeping an eye out while I travel.
Is this a covered cart or is it just an open cart?
I'd imagine it opened, just a open top. Maybe it has a bit of storage like underneath it, so it's raised a little bit. But
Are we going at walking pace or should we all be in the cart?
I think you guys were going at horse pace.
Okay, so then I'm definitely in the cart.
Or I don't know. I think it would have been walking pace for a while, but then you picked up that extra horse, so I think you probably would have been moving to the next few days. So somewhere in between, probably.
and don't we have to leave the cart behind at some point, right? If I remember, when we get close.
Yeah, there comes a point where it just can't maneuver through the thick forest.
I say let's get on with it.
Yeah, we'll worry about stashing the cart when we get to it.
All right.
In the meantime, I'm gonna ride shield ready instead of on my back.
Okay. You guys.
It's
Saddle
so,
up.
where's the wolf? He's
Wolf
just
just-
trailing behind.
Yeah, I imagine you guys start to head off, and it's a little hesitant, kind of stays behind for a bit, but then you'll see it stays a bit back, but it follows at a distance.
No, keep an eye on it as we travel.
All right. You guys make your way towards the forest, and about an hour goes by, and as you start to come up over this small hill to really see the entrance, this beginning of this thick forest, a sight that all of you did not see the first time you came around here. First thing you notice is a series of spears that have been shoved into the ground, and on top of them you see heads. Women, men, children. Human, looks like maybe one's an elf. Tough to say. There's a few dozen
That's
just in your sight.
good. General Woodman.
And you see on one of the trees, seems like nailed in maybe with some crude wooden nail, some gibberish written. Do any of you speak? We'll check here. Do any of you speak? Damn, hold on. No.
No?
Do any of you speak?
I cannot speak.
I've just been speaking in my mind this whole time because I can't speak.
Damn it. Okay.
I don't
I can't
speak-
find it, so we'll say abyssal.
No.
No.
Nope.
Are you looking for deep speech?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I will look it up and correct myself.
That's all good.
You see
Alright,
some
yeah, no.
gibberish.
I doubt any of us speak anything weird like that, anyways.
Nope.
General Wimbrick, what do you take of this?
I think I take probably the exact same thing you do. Fucked up.
Seems we're getting more arrogant by the day.
A warning.
I just hope this isn't because, we left.
I'd put my hand on Fox's shoulder, and I would just say, "There's nothing we could have done in the position that we were in. We would have perished along with them."
Just looks over like dads again. Are there just like shoved on the spears?
Yep.
Are there any traps? As they scan
Make an
this?
investigation check.
That is something that I'm good at. 18.
18. Okay. Okay. So as you're checking around, just scanning the ground, scanning the sign, just the general barrier to this forest, you don't see any traps, but as you're looking at these heads, you notice all of them, their noses are just slightly tapered downward, and their skin has this blue hue to it.
Interesting.
Do they look
That
like?
infection again.
Oh yeah, the plague. We noticed something similar in the pit, right?
Very
Okay.
similar.
So, I'm gonna try to untie the spears. I know we have a goal, but I'm not just gonna leave these up
Sure.
like it's a statement. Especially if
right.
there's children in there.
I would help out.
Try to.
All right, you guys start
Clear some a
pulling
little
them off
hole.
and just
Yeah.
no
Yeah,
problem.
we- We making a mass head hole.
Yeah, I don't want to leave.
I'm with you
Yeah.
on this.
So
Yeah, Paul and Rowan will help try to dig a giant hole.
you think?
And it was deep speech, so if anyone speaks deep speech, you were right.
I don't
I have
know about
undertone.
Darius, maybe? Anybody's got a sheep?
looking- He does not.
Nah, there's no way.
Nah.
There's no way.
Okay.
So
Just making sure.
are we attempting to bury these dead people, or what are we doing?
I just
missed a piece,
I
sorry.
just don't want them. I
Yeah,
don't
we're
want.
burying
I
their
don't want to
heads.
walk away from them. So I don't. I know we're on a timetable, so it doesn't have to be
Well-
proper. But
I do have a thought on that. Fuck. as horrifying as this is, can we all assume this was meant as a warning of some sort?
Clearly.
And though we are not discouraged by this, and we would like to take it down, maybe that warning would serve purpose to others.
How many people
How about
passed? Like the 14 days or 20 days we have been on this road, back and forth and back. How many people have we passed? Is it like a few, or
I mean, you
multiple?
pass a few people each day, but it's not like a flood of traffic or anything.
I just worry about taking down such a warning
if you
and
want to
then
leave,
people continuing on.
I'll propose this.
The kids
The
have to be
tape-
taken down.
We take the heads down, but we can still leave a warning. Probably make a little makeshift sign to warn people off.
Wise, Winfrey. Very wise of you.
I just start pulling out some planks of wood and just make a rudimentary sign.
Easy enough.
What we're gonna put on it?
Beware.
Death ahead.
What's the sign from Wizard of Oz?
Yeah.
I just start chiseling that into the sign.
Awesome. Ugh.
All right, you guys set that up.
I would say it to the side of the road, but where it's visible.
Sure.
Is it only the heads? There's no bodies anywhere nearby?
No bodies in sight.
Okay. Yeah, I'll assist in any way I can to help dispose of these.
Sure. It just takes some elbow grease and a little time, but it's easy enough.
Sweet.
So
I will.
We have
Are we burying them? I am curious. Are we burying them?
Well,
Yeah.
they
Or are we
put
just
them
putting
in.
them aside?
So we saw these guys last session, and we're kind of like on this path that we want to complete. So
Gotcha.
I'm definitely interested in it, and they were burying
Mhm.
them in a pit. So I
Okay.
think just out of,
I would if we bury them, I would druid craft some flowers that only grow in the Sunderwoods above their grave.
awesome.
okay. See these like very verdant green flowers start to bloom. Definitely nothing any of you locals have ever seen.
Yeah. So I'll just whisper, like kind of quietly to myself, though you can't go home, I leave you with some of mine.
Off we go then, I guess.
Yes.
Do we?
Insight check the general?
Sure, go ahead.
I wanna know why he's so nervous. I mean, I can understand that, like, I can figure out why he's nervous, but I'm curious if there's more to it.
Sure.
9.
9. I mean, you're really nervous, I would imagine. So,
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
besides the obvious reasons, tough to say. What about these people? And he kind of gestures to Paul and Larsha. Should we leave them here, or? I mean,
Speaks truth, Sir Rowland. It is. I look at Paul and Larsha. It is going to be a dangerous road ahead.
Yeah, I mean,
But the question is there safety with us or safety without us?
you got these creatures wandering around sick too. So I don't.
I'd hesitate to leave them behind.
I'm nervous about that too. I believe we did last time.
I suppose.
We just
We could leave them with.
I suppose we take them with us, but once we get into the thick of it, we take a step back. Stay hidden.
I agree. I think leaving them to their fates is a worse thing.
And there's experience to be gained here, even if Paul can just witness it from afar.
I agree. Nothing is to be learned from
The, danger. God, I was searching for something that didn't rhyme.
Okay. All right. Well, let's go on then. Hops back up on his horse. I would say you guys can probably get the cart in for another day of travel, but then after that, the trees are just too thick.
Understood.
All right. So you guys continue on your way. Are you attempting to be stealthy, or?
I will say towards the end of our trip.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, never mind.
I mean, I don't know how stealthy we can be with horses and the cart.
Yeah,
It's
so
true,
Well,
but
I
you can
can-
try.
what once
I can make sure we're stealthy for an hour.
once we get into the thick of it, I'll branch off ahead of the group and just
Okay.
see if I can spot something before they spot us.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah, Vok will scout. The rest of us
You let
will
me
make
know.
our way through at
Okay.
And if we,
somewhat reasonable pace.
All right. So Vok, why don't you go ahead and roll me stealth, and I'll just
and
use your
then
passive.
when Vok gets back, I can help us be stealthier.
That's a 12.
12 and your passive's 17, 18, right?
My passive perception is 20.
20, even better. Okay. So just as you're kind of going along, you guys are traveling behind him. Is this sort of your plan for the day? Just keep Vok ahead, or is this just
Yeah.
for?
I
Okay.
mean, as much as I can, because I know that most of our group wears armor, and
Right.
there's a lot of sticks on the ground and such. So I'll just try to make a buffer,
Yep.
as best as I can. But I'm a city boy in a wood now, so. All right.
So you're traveling along. You're doing great today. Like your steps are silent, making no noise. You guys, even sometimes behind him by, a few hundred feet or so, occasionally have to grab him, and he's even evading you when you're aware that he's there. Nothing of the malevolent nature catches your eye. You don't catch any of these creatures or any scouts or anything. You see an occasional bear or common creature. But as far as this first day goes, nothing seems to be around.
While we're traveling, if one of the small creatures wander near us, I'll try and take it, capture it for the wolf.
Okay, how do you plan on doing that?
The only thing I've got is a fucking crossbow.
Crossbow. All right, go ahead and make an attack roll. You see this small fox is kind of running by you guys, and you catch it and aim. One.
I'll put in that 1 foot +2.
Oof. So as you fire, this crossbow. Is this one of the ones you've been tinkering with?
No.
This would be the heavy bone crossbow.
Yep.
Okay.
No, destroy a fox.
Yeah. So you fire it, and since it's made of bone and like tendons, the tendon string snaps as you're pulling it back. So it's kind of gross. It makes a really gross sound, but you'll have to get a new string or something to replace on that.
That was disturbing. And a bit of overkill, if I do say so.
Alright, I unequip that for now then. I just shove it into a bag for later to repair. Let's carry on.
Alright. You guys carry on. The night takes the sky. What are you guys doing for camp? You just setting up in the middle of the forest, or are you gonna try and... What's up?
I'm a bit out of my element here. Did we try to make a stealth camp? What do you think?
I mean,
Let's see if we can find someplace off the... Not that there's a beaten path, but someplace maybe where the dangerous animals don't go. I could take a look.
this is definitely
Sure.
more your kind of terrain than mine, so please.
What check do you want? Perception, nature, survival?
It says probably survival. Looking for tracks and common areas.
19. 16 plus 3.
19, okay. As you're kind of looking around, you do see dozens and dozens of these dog-like prints in sets of 2, which is very obviously to your brain what you think it is.
Oh, yes.
And there is a somewhat central path that they seem to take, and so you're able to identify that and go, however far away from it you'd like, 200 yards or however much you want.
Go a couple 100, 150 yards away so we can see if they're going to be walking on that path, but where
Okay.
we're out of sight.
All right, you guys
Here.
set up a camp.
Big camp here. After we get camp set up, Elandril, during the wind down, will be looking at his signet ring that he wears with his family crest on it, and he's just kind of fidgeting with it a lot and just sitting by the fire.
I'll be doing my usual,
Sure.
do my bow tinkering, and then I'll spend a couple of hours with a wolf, trying to get more friendly with it.
Okay. Go ahead and make me a tinker's check and an animal handling check.
That's intelligence plus proficiency, ain't it?
Yep.
Let's roll that. A 12 for tinker's check.
12. Okay.
Animal handling.
For your tinkers.
Oh boy.
No good.
7 on my animal handling.
So for your tinker's check, you're going away at this triple crossbow idea, and you've reached a stale point where this one element that's going to kind of connect them all, the real like anchor piece.
I just can't get it to stick.
It's not. You're gonna have to redesign how to fixate them all together.
Yeah.
So that's what you spend most of your night doing, trying to get that to work, and then realizing you have to scrap that piece. And
I would.
Mm-hmm.
I will touch each one of my companions of these 3 that are facing me. Fuck, Sir Rowland, and Winfrey, and I will bless them with my extended dark vision for an hour.
The shrooms kick in.
Like, and I would have done it for Fuck, like, the second he walked into camp. I would have just put my hand on his back and given that to him for that hour. And the other thing, there's one other thing I want to do, just because I've never done it. I will expend a use of my wild shape.
Okay.
to create a wild companion.
Okay. Get a familiar. Or an
I will.
ally.
Yeah, it's like stars appear and this little constellation of a cat appears and then
Nice.
solidifies and it's like glowing blue just a little bit. I'm just playing with it, petting it a little bit, but also fidgeting
almost
with my
like-
signet ring.
It's almost translucent too if you look
Yeah.
at it hard enough. Yeah, that's cool.
And it's hard to tell if it's a cat or a fox. It almost lives somewhere in the middle there, like
Sure.
a Maine Coon cat, but a little bit wilder.
Winfrey, as you're trying to train with this dire wolf and get to know it better, see Elandriel creates this cat-like figure, and
And I will send it right to him to go play with him and like run
And-
around him.
instantly starts, roughhousing the the dire wolf. Seems almost scared of it at first, but it warms up, and any training you were gonna get done tonight does not happen. But by the 45-minute mark, the direwolf gets a little too aggressive, and you no longer have your wild companion.
It
stray
just
bite
bursts
goes
into
wrong.
and it bursts into stardust.
And you see he's like, he gets like really sad and is like, just lays down on the ground.
Hey, Andrew, you can talk to animals, can't you?
Yes, I can sometimes.
Mm,
Today I can't.
mm. No worries. No worries.
What would you like to? What would you like to say to him?
I was just curious about him. He's
Obviously very, very curious with you.
mm.
Oh, actually, I'm an idiot. I had one more spell to prepare. I can speak to animals today.
Ooh.
What would you like to say?
I just like to get to know about if he's got a name, his story.
I will ritually cast Speak with Animals.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
oh, no.
Yeah, Noah's not biting his lip that long because he's excited.
He's frozen. God damn it.
The joys of online gaming.
But we can fill this space with
Yeah, when we
soothing roleplay.
he's
Oh.
back.
Okay, I'm back.
He's back from outer space.
Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
I will ritually cast Speak with Animals,
Okay.
and I will say, what would you like to say?
You're talking to the wolf.
No, I'm talking to friggin' Winfrey.
Okay.
I'd like to know his name if he has one. I don't want to force a name upon him.
I'll
And
look to the yeah, go ahead.
his story.
I'll look to the dire wolf. I'll get really low to get down to his level, and I'll just go.
You see, like the ears perk up a little bit.
As far as this to everyone else, I am just growling.
He goes into that like downward dog sort of like play position for a second. So you ask him his name.
I ask him his name first and foremost. That's what I do.
Okay. You get this like odd wet dog smell. Like you just get this specific scent. He turns his butt towards you.
Winfrey. I'll gesture to Winfrey to. He's giving you his name.
Oh, get in there.
He starts going to smell yours, Elandriel.
Ah, yes. All right.
Nice to meet you.
You He was well. He was well. Yeah, he was well. What? How would I say that? Winfrey, you might want to give him a name of some sort. They don't really name in the conventional sense, but they are able to learn sounds and identify to them.
Oh, like squires.
Like anyone with a name, yes.
I nudged Larsha.
She's just like,
Oh,
But
I'll
if you want
certainly
to know,
think upon.
if you want to know his true name, then take a whiff. And Landriel, by the way, did sniff his butt
okay.
when presented.
As far as what his story is, why he's where he's at,
Yes.
you get like he starts growling and he does like the at the very end he does the howl. Oh, it's super loud. It's crazy loud. You get like feelings of abandonment, loss. Yeah, like you have like these ideas of traveling with the pack and getting separated. It's all very sort of vague. They don't have a language,
Yes.
so it's all just sort of
Yeah.
feelings and ideas of basically he got left behind, got hurt or stranded or lost.
I believe our young friend here, Pack believes him dead, or his pack is dead or gone. Abandoned. A lone wolf, as they say.
Did you?
I'll ask him how he feels about Winfrey.
I was just about to ask you that. Ask you to ask.
He has primarily pleasant feelings towards Winfrey. And you, he adds that.
Well, thank you. I will do some growls and chuffs and a lot of chuffing and growling, and I'll say to him, I'll point to Winfrey and be like, we will protect you, and we are your pack now.
So he like sits down, licks your face, walks over to Winfrey, like rubs on his legs, runs between his legs.
I'll crouch down to it.
He's very fond of you, Winfrey.
He's also very hungry.
He's also extremely hungry.
I suppose he is. Oh, check in spell. It does consume the rope. How much rope do I have left? Where's my rope? I have enough rope. I'll set up another snare.
All right.
I have more rope if you ever need.
And he dips out.
That's it. He couldn't handle it. Just ends up catching another direwolf. Yeah, I'll just have a whole pack.
Dude, you're awesome on Twitch, Kieran. You're like literally 50-50. Like your head and your one arm's here. Oh, now we're back. He's back now. So.
Yeah, I saw it for a split second.
Anyways.
What's up?
What were you doing, Winfrey?
Setting up a trap.
Yeah, setting up a snare spell.
Okay.
That's what one I did before.
Alright.
DC, he has to do a DC 14 deck save, whatever is in it, to get out of it.
You set that up just outside camp.
Yeah.
Alright.
And we get to what we normally do.
Yes, I will take young Paul and continue to quiz him and test him on the stars.
Okay.
Tell him new stories of different constellations that I see. I will point out one area of space of the sky,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll tell him the story of a constellation that used to be there until recently.
All right.
Those, me and Roland will go back to a bit of sparring.
Sure.
Absolutely. Quiet sparring.
Sure. As best you can.
We don't want to draw, like, we're not screaming.
Perhaps now is a good time to practice your hand-to-hand.
Yeah.
Sure.
Sure.
Just form with no weapon, just really making sure got form
Oh,
down.
yeah.
For sure.
Now,
Easy enough.
Rowland, Paul, do me a favor. Go over behind Sir Rowland.
Okay.
Sir Rowland, down on one knee, if you will.
Very well.
I will walk behind and pick Paul up and put him on Sir Rowland's back, and I'll say a bit of weight training. And my hope is that Paul. My hope is kind of to not make Sir Rowland aware that I'm just giving Paul a fun piggyback ride.
Yeah.
Like I want Paul to have a good time tonight and have fun, but I don't want Sir Rowland to know that's why I'm doing it.
Yeah.
All right.
Awesome. Yeah. And that he would not suspect that.
Oh no. And it is a little curious though when like Larsha the thick dwarf is like way heavier than Paul. Paul's like 110 pounds soaking wet, like maybe.
Now, Paul, start kicking.
Trying to
Making
draw
it difficult.
balance. Yeah.
Yeah, trying to draw the balance.
Yeah. It's a good time. He sleeps well that night, tired out.
When this is going on, I'm just gonna, now that everybody's doing their thing and a little bit distracted, I'm gonna reach in like my top part, my my blouse, and I have like a flat, like almost like a piece of leather sewn in on inside of it, and I pull out a little piece of parchment that has some drawings that from
Yep.
looks like someone's just starting to draw. I'm gonna just think about what we saw today and the crap going on. I'm gonna put it back in, and then I'm gonna pull out the letter.
Okay. Pull out the letter. You read it again for the second time.
Yeah.
And all it says is, kill the one I was telling you about. We can't be having any loose ends. And it's signed M.N.
That's right. Gotcha. Then I'm just gonna fold that and put that like in the same,
Yep,
problem
same
for
pocket.
another day.
Yep.
All right. Wake me up whenever you need a shift covered. All right. We should definitely keep our eyes peeled.
I'd prefer an early shift,
That's fine.
like early in the morning.
Yes. Okay. Well, I only need 4 hours of sleep, so I could take the first 4 hours.
Okay. Then wake me up when you're done, and sounds good to me. Then I am going to get some sleep, guys.
All right.
I think I may try to get some rest too, but just wake me up for third shift.
All right. Everyone heads to bed. Landrill, you're taking first watch. Go ahead and make
Yes.
perception check.
19 on die, plus 5 is a 24.
24. Nice.
I
You're
spend a lot of
sitting-
time. Can I see through the trees? I see the
you can
stars?
see stars. Maybe a few. There's like one patch
Yes.
where you were showing Paul, but
Yeah. All right.
that's about the only spot you can see.
I'll keep my eyes peeled, but every once in a while I just kind of glance down to that signet ring that I wear, and I'll take it off, and I'll just stick it in my pouch, and I'll just continue my watch. So.
You're doing your watch. Nothing eventful happens, but you just, as you're sitting there, just now able to really take in the nature of this forest, and the smell is rotten. It's odd. It's not like it was before. This constant creaking and cracking sounds around you.
Can I attempt to druid craft a plant, like a flower, one of the same flowers I did before?
Sure.
Like off of the root of a tree.
Yeah.
I just want to see what happens to the flower after I make it grow.
It grows, and seemingly no change. It's just
I plan on checking it in the morning.
okay. It's freezing cold. It is autumn, and the nights have been getting progressively colder, but even tonight compared to last night, it seems even more cold. And the branches, as you look up, they're just these tortured, twisted, barren branches. Even to the last time you were here, it seems
Darker.
different.
Shadow has overtaken these woods.
About halfway through your watch, you see, way off in the distance, way far away from you, but you see either a small group of somethings or a very large something just walking in the forest. You can barely see it through the somewhat dense fog that's laid down.
Give me 1 second. There's something I might want to do.
Okay.
I'd like to... Alright. How far away do they seem?
I mean, it's tough to even gauge. It's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of feet away from you. You can just barely make it out.
Alright. I'll just kind of hold my breath as I watch, trying to stay quiet.
Throw a little dirt on the fire.
Yeah.
But thing continues on, seemingly away from you or perhaps deeper into the forest.
I'll stand up, walk over to Fuck. I'll get down on one knee, and I'll kind of put my hand on his shoulder and I'll say, Fuck. Fuck, wake up. We're safe for now, but I saw a troop a couple of 100 miles away walking through the woods. They didn't notice us. But I advise you to stay quiet.
Definitely.
And I apologize for giving you that dark vision earlier, because now I can't give it to you now.
Oh, I'll just sit down, kind of almost meditative, like a meditative style.
I'm gonna sit down meditative next to
Right next to
Fox,
him.
but do my 4-hour meditation where I'm not aware of what's
Nice.
Take a sip out of my flask, and then just kind of close my eyes and listen.
Okay. So go ahead and make me a perception check at disadvantage,
Alright. Oh boy.
because there is some so thick fog and you're closing your eyes just listening. So
Well, hold on. I mean, it's not great. but it's a 13.
13. Okay. As you're just sitting there listening, this freezing cold temperature across your skin, the creaking and cracking, occasionally followed by dead silence. But nothing else besides the general creak of the forest catches your notice. Elandriel, you are 1 and 2. Soralin, you are 3 and 4. Winfrey, you are 5 and 6. All right, Winfrey. As you are sleeping, you see these visions of dark shadow whirling in your head. And these flashes of dastardly things. Skulls and corpses and mounds of dead bodies. Pus and slime and tentacles and anything nightmarish fuel you can think of. This goes on for at least an hour. Vuk, as you're going through your watch, you see about an hour in, Winfrey shoots awake. Make me a Constitution saving throw.
19.
19. Okay, so you don't hurl, and I need you to roll me a d10.
Boy. 3.
3. Okay. As you awake from this dream, the last thing you see is this flash of this bluish skinned like words do not describe the nightmare fuel that the face of this monster that appeared in your head is. Just these gnarly mangled teeth, large nose, deep set black eyes. As you awake, your hit point maximum is reduced.
I choose to fail that hurl throw because I'm decided to throw up.
Okay, so you allow it and you puke. Your hit point maximum is reduced by 3, and you take 3 damage.
Well, permanently. Oh boy.
You feel
Wait, how do I even fucking change that?
You can change your max.
I've got it.
Yeah.
So I'll get -3 max HP and then -3 hate.
no, you just -3 from your max. That's 3 damage anyway. So
No.
And you see Winfrey shoot awake. The sound of a scream, Winfrey, is just ringing in the back of your head.
Be quiet. Come on, man. You're gonna have to clean that up.
I just look up at him with like pure terror in my face.
What the fuck?
See this cold breeze comes through, chilling your skin.
What the fuck is going on?
Do not know. Just something seems to be fucking with my mind, and I take out my fucking moonshine and just fucking chug it.
That's one way to handle it, and I admire it. So, yeah, go. Guess who's talk to Elandriel in the morning. Maybe he knows what it could be.
I ain't going back to sleep tonight.
Should I not wake Sir Roland then? You want to do the last watch?
I'll do it.
All right.
I cannot sleep after that.
I will also note, you do not gain the benefits of a long rest.
I'm a bitch.
So you really can't sleep.
Oh, good. Yeah, makes sense.
Oh boy. Oh man. I'm gonna take a chug off my flask and try to get a couple more hours of sleep.
All right. Winfrey, I assume you'll take the third watch then.
Yes, as
Right.
through that nightmare fuel or whatever the fuck that was, he's not going back to sleep. Perception roll?
Yep. Do you have dark vision?
Nope.
So it'll be a disadvantage.
Advantage roll. It wouldn't have made any difference because we rolled a 3 and a 2.
Nice.
So a 5.
Um,
I'm just too distracted by that fucking nightmare.
yeah, you just have this deep set sick feeling in the pit of your stomach. Just like your skin feels tight, like the back of your neck just feels slick almost. It's not, but it feels like it is. It's just this constant uneasy, unsettled feeling.
I'll take another chug.
All right. As the sun rises, the rest of you awake. You see Larsha's first one up, almost always is. Starts cooking up something. You all right, Winfrey?
Once I see someone else up, I just go to my tinkering.
All right.
Yeah, I'd like to think I got up and was a little surprised no one woke me, but
Yeah.
I see Winfrey's up and
Like, frantically tinkering with his crossbow. Still quite pale in the face.
I'll just go sort of sidle up near Larsha and sit by the fire, I guess. But by the coals, whatever's going. You know.
Yeah, it's probably a small smolder at this point. But Larsha's getting it back up to a flame so she can cook some breakfast.
Oh, good morning, everyone. Hope you all rested well.
Yeah. Hope you all rested well. Got a big day ahead of us.
Agreed.
Elandria, if I could have a word. You look at me, I'm still struck with terror.
Of course, Winfrey. What is it? I'll sit down in front of him, like cross-legged.
Mm-hmm.
You always talked about the stars and the gods and all this. What? I'll just straight up tell him the dream, what I saw, what's fucked with my head.
Yeah. It was mostly just flashes of corpses and bodies and these. You did get flashes of these creatures that have been taken with the disease but that face at the end with the screaming echoing in the back of your head is what stands out to you the most.
I wish I had the skills or the knowledge to unravel such horrors, Winfrey, but this could be what I was warning you all about. Something dark is taking a hold of this world. Look at these trees. Look at this forest. And I'll start talking loud enough where like everybody can hear me.
Mhm.
Like this place is dying. There's death and darkness that we did not see but days ago. Winfrey, what you saw could be this darkness reaching out, and it fears you. It fears you all. Because you are all of you, are destined to
If
defeat
it
it.
fears us
Sure.
all, why me?
Maybe because it fears you most of all, Winfrey. I told you that power inside of you has the potential to be much, much more. And perhaps it fears what you would become.
I just hope you're right.
And like
Another
could
chug
see-
of my moonshine, and I just can't straight back on my tinkering.
you would anyone who's paying enough attention would see that just Sir Galandriel, he after you say that he goes, I hope I am as well. And he'll go into his pouch and pick up his signet ring, and he keeps like putting it on and off again, kind of playing with it, not like someone who got a new piece of jewelry and it's just uncomfortable on his finger, so he keeps taking it off and twisting it. Me too, Whitley, me too.
I'll eventually, after tinkering for a bit, having food and giving them my rations to the wolf, smoking one of
Is
them
that-
off.
How did your trap go?
I was just about to say I'll go check on my trap.
Go check on your trap and you see, let's see. What do you see?
Another dire wolf.
Mama dire wolf.
Uh,
And the next day we'll capture Daddy dire wolf.
There's always a bigger fish.
you see this, this small, very small baby deer. It's been caught up in it.
I'm sorry, little one. It was what it must be. Oh,
Easy enough.
I'll
Marsh
bring it
knows
back
her way
to camp.
around it. You bring it back. You and her together. Easy enough. You guys have some.
I'll make sure to cut off a whole leg for a wolf.
Oh, he goes to town. He loves it. For the rest of the day, he actually carries around the bone.
Actually, nah, it's probably not worth that much. Can I have one of those? Was it a buck or a little one? It was a little deer.
Little baby deer. It could have been.
Uh,
It was a boy, but no.
Yeah, no, it was nothing I wanted.
Get in my
right.
belly.
Get in my belly. You guys, finish up whatever else you have to do. Pack up camp and head out.
Yeah.
See, Wimrick doesn't even. He doesn't even
do-
bother with the workout team this morning. He just
Before we leave, can I do one thing? Or two
Yeah.
things, actually.
sure.
First, I want to look at the flower that I druid crafted.
Okay.
I just want to see it state.
It looks the same. Doesn't look altered in any way, as far as you can tell.
And then I want to cast a spell ritually, if I can.
Okay.
I want to cast Detect Poison and Disease. And for the next 10 minutes, I want to walk with that on.
Okay. As you guys head off this first 10 minutes, you don't detect any poison or disease. Nothing triggers that, but
It would also give me poisonous creatures and disease.
poisonous creatures. Okay, you see like a small frog that triggers it, but at this point, it's just this air, this aura of the forest. There's nothing that seems
Yeah, I
in
understand.
particular to trigger that, but there's just this like low-laying fog that's across the ground now, and just this different environment, this feel to the forest more than anything.
We're walking, right? Because we don't have a cart.
Yeah, so I'd say about an hour into this day, the cart it starts to just get hung up too many times. You gotta leave it behind.
Well,
So
So we try to
cover it up a bit.
hide it somewhere.
You know.
sure, yeah. There's plenty of leaves and whatever else you could use.
Yeah.
Someone roll me. I would say survival, just to see how well you can cover it. Whoever wants to lead that.
I can, I guess.
Okay. Wimerick will help you out, so you'll have advantage.
Oh. 19.
19. Easy enough. Just plenty of leaves and moss. You roll a few stones up against it to cover the big wheels, but you're good.
Perfect.
So you guys, what do you leave on the card? Do you leave any supplies on the card? Or do you try and take as much as you can?
We should take only what we can carry.
Yeah. How many barrels of ale have I gone through so far? I had 4.
This is day. This is 27. This is your. Yeah, so you'd probably have 2 left.
Okay.
Depends on how hard you went through travel. That's up to you, I guess.
Yeah, no, that's kind of what I was thinking.
Okay.
How heavy are they? I probably couldn't carry one around and be stealthy, could I?
Probably not. I imagine they're at least like 2 gallons, maybe. I don't know.
All right, I'll fill everything that I can fill up with it. You know, maybe when I'm going through my backpack, I find like an empty vial. I even put like a little bit in there.
Put a little in
Like,
there.
put it-
Don't forget, you still got a jar of my stuff.
Mhm. So
Yeah, we'll try to distribute, the required things, food, bare necessities between Larsha, Paul,
Sure.
myself.
Easy enough. You guys take as many rations as you can fit. Larsha carries most of that stuff, most of the cooking supplies, and yeah, okay. So you end up just leaving basically extras of things you already have. All right. So you head deeper into the forest. Are we being stealthy? Are we not being stealthy? Did you leave the other horses behind with the cart as well? So you have 3.
Can I try to walk mine through, or is it just going to be too...
You could walk it through. That'll be fine.
I mean, each of us could take a rein just in case.
Actually, you would have 5 horses because the 2 that were pulling the cart.
Yeah. And Paul was riding one for a while.
Yeah, Paul was riding the one that you got from the knight.
How far away from the cave do we think we are?
You have about 2 days left. So it'd be this day and 1 more day of travel.
It's either we lose them now. Walking with the horses is going to slow us down a little. But I think it's worth to bring them. Even if it is just to release them later.
Yeah, I mean, what is our end game with these horses though? Let's think that through. Like,
I mean, we're going to have to do something with them at some point.
yeah, and we need them to pull the cart.
We could tie them to the cart and leave them, but then they'll probably die.
Yeah,
That's like tying a meal out.
yeah.
Let's bring them. They could be of use in other ways. And if Larsha or Paul need to make a quick escape, perhaps.
Mm.
But I don't think we're bringing all 5. That's a horse for each person.
And I don't think a horse would appreciate me carrying me upon it.
I'm not a horse guy,
Probably not.
so
I love horses.
I'm not. I don't have anything against them. I just choose to trust my own feet.
No, that
Alright,
makes sense.
so-
I'll be taking mine, obviously.
Alright.
I imagine Paul would be taking that knight's.
Yep. Wimrick
Um,
takes his.
Yeah.
I will walk with one for a while.
All right.
I've got a
I'll,
wolf.
He kind of Wimrick turns to the lone horse, the extra, and kind of takes its reins off and smacks it on the ass. It runs away.
You know, they don't actually like you when you do that.
Well, it makes him run.
They make me run too.
I bet it would. you totally froze for me, winking. That was great. So you guys,
Their eyes lock. A little too long.
a little bit too long.
Little bit of tension in the air.
Just long enough. Just long enough.
You see the
Alright.
gnolls are off on the side, like, ooh. So you guys continue further into the forest. Are you being stealthy? Yes, no?
Same routine as yesterday. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll try to keep ahead of them a little bit.
All
Yeah, I mean, I
Roll
can
most
only be so stealthy even when I'm
Same,
trying.
same.
So,
True.
Say, fuck. If you see something, come back and let me know, and I can make us a little quieter, but I can't do it for long, so I don't want to just do it and waste it.
That's a good point. Also, yesterday when I was doing it, I saw it. Would we be interested in trying to take down any big game that may walk ahead of us? I saw a bear yesterday, and then I was like, I don't want to mess with that. I'm not going to even bring it up. Then I was like,
I think
bear would be real tasty
think-
last night before we went to sleep. So,
perhaps let's save our energy for the real targets.
okay.
I'd say bear's a bit too much. A deer, perhaps.
All right.
Especially if you overcook it, it gets gamey.
So, yeah, I'll
Right. So
I'm stealthing, tiptoeing
Yep,
through this
go ahead.
up ahead. All right, it's actually decent. That's a 21.
21. All right. Same as yesterday. Silent as a freaking feather on these leaves. Traveling through, you don't see nearly as much today as you did before. You saw plenty of small creatures and some larger creatures like the bear, like you said, but you don't see anything today. Towards the end of your traveling, you see a familiar hut that you once slept in.
Oh,
Home of a small gnome. You're about, I don't know, a few hundred feet away from it now. But you spot it.
I'll go back.
Do we disturb? Oh, that's right, I'm not there.
I'll go back
Okay.
and let them know that we're almost by that place. What was her name? I don't.
I'm not going to tell you if you don't remember. You only knew her for a day.
Yeah. I'm trying to.
I know she was a gnome.
Yeah.
I got
And a bunch
nothing.
of
I'm sure
wasps.
Paul was taking notes, though.
It's something with an R. No, I'm thinking of someone else.
Yeah. No.
Same person.
So Paul looks up and goes, Mosp? Was
Oh
was
yeah.
that?
That's it.
Bosk, that's right, Bosk.
What
Yeah.
I know it's similar to Wasp.
Hey, just,
Wasp. I wrote with wasps with the wasps. That's what I wrote. So
just an idea. If we want to crash here, or if we want to continue on, get a little ahead of the game.
How much more travel do we have?
you could probably go another hour if you wanted, but
I think this is a safe place if she is at home and willing.
We could always, leave extra early.
Yes.
Sure.
Let's make our way that way.
all right. It's just off. It's not too far. It's only a few hundred feet from you. So you head over. Let me see.
Hello. Hello. Hello, bees.
You hear. They're wasps. So stay away.
Hello, my friend. It's us again.
No, stay away. And you see as she pushes out, these fingers push out, and you see the split ends
Oh.
of the fingers and the bluish skin
Everyone back away.
exits. We'll go ahead and take a break.
Right.
Yeah, I reel back, start to back up.
Her full form, the nose, push down the bees. You see like one wasp is now flying around her, but nothing else. Her clothes tattered. She's much thinner than you remember.
What? TP time.
Yeah, so we'll go ahead and take a
There we go. Yeah, yeah, yeah. What's go? Oh no. Hmm. All right. I'll dart back off in the direction that we're heading. You know, distancing myself. Yeah, let's push it. Yep. I'll go next. All right. Get up. What's up? What is good? It's it's nothing that I've ever experienced before. You know, it's it's off. I think so. Yeah. I mean, all right. Exhausted. All right. 14 with disadvantage. Hmm. I miss the city so much. Yep. Wait, still rolling up. Your shift. Mm. Good night. Uh, seems to be quiet, so I know you will. Yeah. 23. Yeah, I rolled a 17, so. Does it have a scent or anything? Mm. Mm. And we got the dynamite, so. Yeah, preferably on the side that has an exit. I mean, it's, there's boom boom sticks. We got a bunch of them. Yeah. Well, yeah. My bad. So we should set that stuff up when we get there before we. Yeah. I, I rolled I rolled I rolled a natural 1, but it's a 17. Holy shit, man! There's 3 1s in this fucking run. Sir Roland, would you be quiet back there? And then like I'll turn around and whack like a branch. Branch will hit me in the forehead. I'm like, fuck. uh, yeah. Yeah, just us though, right? I mean, I guess I can go look in if you want. I can run fast. I always have that in my back pocket. But yeah, just skirt out, keep low, all of that stuff. Try to get, closer to the entrance without being seen, you know. Just get to the doorway, like kind of lean over. Do I hear anything? Is there any lights in there? Okay. Hmm. All right. Well, I don't want. I'm gonna listen to my party. Landriel doesn't want me going too far off, and I'm not trying to prove myself right now. So, I'll go back to the group. Let them know it's not like it was before. I mean, there were people, right? Like, I mean, maybe, but why would they abandon it? I think I used his fucking power, you know? He put us in a situation. Yeah. Well, so, you want to go look? We need to confirm this stuff, though, right? Hmm. 26. Tw- 26. Natural 20. Oh, so that would be a 36. Yep. What do you think? Where it goes? All right. All right. I can. Yeah. Yeah. Let's let's go down that one. Yeah. Yeah, I think. Mm, it's that way. Perfect. No, that's the best in this scenario. We have Diaries of a Wimpy Graviturgis on Tuesday, and we're back in Ortolan next Saturday for the Chaos Chronicles. So I'll update the schedule probably tomorrow. And music is by Alex. Yes. So, there we go. Good, great session, Noah. Yeah, definitely. We're gonna have to find a mic to play this campaign. All right. Well, be safe, and we'll catch you guys Tuesday.